Tensions between Thailand and Cambodia have exploded into deadly chaos as long-simmering border disputes erupt into full-scale armed conflict, plunging Southeast Asia into one of its most dangerous regional escalations in years, with military clashes intensifying along at least 6 key locations on the contested border, as both nations exchange heavy fire including shelling, rocket strikes, and air raids, following months of rising hostility and a fragile diplomatic balancing act that has now collapsed, leading to at least 9 confirmed civilian deaths and 14 injuries in Thailand's border provinces, with Bangkok launching retaliatory airstrikes that mark a sharp escalation not seen since the deadly confrontations of the early 2010s, all of which underscores the explosive legacy of colonial-era territorial lines and unresolved sovereignty claims, dating back more than a century, where the 1907 French-drawn map, long a point of contention, continues to be the epicenter of nationalistic disputes that inflame deep-rooted historical resentment, particularly around the culturally and politically sensitive region near the ancient Tom Muen Tom Temple and the iconic prey of the Har Temple complex, both of which have become symbolic battlegrounds for national pride, legal sovereignty, and military dominance. As the border stretching more than 800 kilometers remains riddled with ambiguity, disputed enclaves, and volatile flashpoints, despite multiple international rulings, most notably the 1962 and 2013 verdicts by the International Court of Justice in favor of Cambodia, which Thailand has consistently challenged or outright rejected, triggering cyclical patterns of military buildup, nationalist rhetoric, and now open confrontation, catalyzed further by the recent landmine explosion that injured Thai soldiers and the controversial diplomatic fallout that followed, culminating in both nations severing key diplomatic ties just hours before Thursday's clashes ignited a new and potentially uncontrollable phase of regional instability, with Cambodia enacting aggressive economic boycotts against Thailand, banning Thai media content, halting the import of Thai fuel and food supplies, and severing selected cross-border internet and power infrastructure in a calculated effort to inflict economic pressure and bolster national unity, while Thailand responded by sealing off the entire border to all non-essential traffic, sending an unmistakable signal that de-escalation is no longer an option, especially in the context of Thailand's internal political crisis, where Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra was suspended from office on July 1 amid growing backlash over her handling of the crisis, fueled by a leaked phone call in which she referred to former Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen as uncle, and appeared to undermine Thai military leadership, sparking nationwide protests and leading to a major rupture within the ruling coalition as the Boomja Thai party pulled its support, weakening her Pheu Thai-led government and handing the reins of interim power to former Defense Minister Phum Thom Wechebaichai, all while Hun Sen, the no longer Prime Minister, continues to wield significant influence as Senate President and political kingmaker in Cambodia, further complicating negotiations and amplifying the geopolitical stakes, especially given his past friendship and now apparent estrangement with the Shinawatra family, a legacy of entangled personal and political history that mirrors the entangled geography of the two nations' border, where every hill, stream, and stone holds the potential to ignite yet another deadly confrontation, as nationalist fervor sweeps both nations, pushing governments to adopt hardline stances, escalate military deployments, and resist international mediation, with Cambodia now once again turning to the International Court of Justice to seek a peaceful but firm resolution, while Thailand categorically rejects the court's jurisdiction, framing the dispute as a matter of national sovereignty that must be resolved without foreign interference, setting the stage for a prolonged and potentially bloody stalemate that could engulf civilian populations, disrupt regional trade routes, and destabilize ASEAN's fragile political balance, as the world watches with concern but little leverage, raising urgent questions about the role of international institutions, the limits of diplomatic pressure, and the terrifying ease with which 21st century geopolitical tensions can revert to 20th century style military aggression, as two proud nations, bound by shared culture yet divided by colonial scars and competing political ambitions, slide further down the path of confrontation, where each day of violence deepens the wounds, hardens public opinion, and reduces the already narrow window for a negotiated peace, with local communities along the serene Otomanchai axis caught in the crossfire, living in fear of further airstrikes, artillery fire, and forced displacement, as humanitarian concerns mount and regional leaders scramble to contain the fallout before it spirals beyond their control, all while the roots of this crisis, maps drawn by long-gone colonial powers, nationalist pride inflamed by political opportunism, and leadership failures on both sides, remain dangerously unaddressed, threatening to reignite not just old rivalries but a full-blown regional conflict that could destabilize not just Thailand and Cambodia, but all of mainland Southeast Asia in the months to come.